guys, it's good to see you. I'm really excited that you made it back to my blog for more STEAM at home. So I was digging through my basement, cleaning stuff out as grown-ups do when they're stuck at home, and I found this awesome book I forgot I have. It's called Pop Bottle Science, and it's filled with different experiments that we can do at home, and you need some different things, but for every experiment you're going to need a pop bottle, okay? So if you guys don't drink pop, you don't have a pop bottle at home, you could use an orange juice bottle. You can use a little plastic water bottle. For some of these, you can just use a glass or a cup. But try to see if you have one of these lying around, just like a 2 liter. If you have a 1 liter, it's smaller. That's not a big deal, okay? So the first experiment we are going to be doing today is going to be showing a chemical reaction. Now I know everyone's favorite experiment is to take some baking soda and put vinegar in it and make a volcano. Well, this is using the same ideas. So we're going to create what's called a chemical reaction. A chemical reaction is when two forms of matter, two substances interact and are permanently changed. And one of the signs that a chemical reaction has occurred is the formation of a gas. And so we are going to actually see that gas forming today. Okay, so here's what you will need. Take a look at this list. You will need a pop bottle or a glass. If you don't have a pop bottle, you just need like a glass cup, something you can see through. Water, vinegar, baking soda, raisins, and some measuring cups or measuring spoons. Now, if there's something on this list that you don't have, you can try to substitute it. For example, I don't have any raisins, so I am using craisins, dried cranberries. We'll find out if they work. I don't know. You do need vinegar and you do need baking soda. You can't really substitute those. It doesn't matter what kind of vinegar you have. If you have white vinegar, I right now only have apple cider vinegar, and I'm not going to the store because we all need to stay home. So just try to find what you have, and if you don't have it, next week you can do a different experiment with me, okay? So, oh, and I forgot to add on here, oh no, we're good. That's correct. So, first thing you want to do is I cut the top off my pop bottle. And so like I said, you could just use a glass if you don't have a pop bottle. And you're going to fill it up about halfway with water. Then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to measure 4 tablespoons of vinegar into your pop bottle. Okay, so 4 tablespoons, if you're doing your math conversions, 4 tablespoons is the same as 1/4 of a cup. So you can either measure out 4 tablespoons or you can measure out 1/4 of a cup. It's up to you. I'm going to measure out the 4 tablespoons because that's what I brought over to the table. And as you do it, you're just going to dump them in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice I am measuring carefully. I'm pouring carefully. I don't want anything to spill. So now there's some vinegar. You can see it's kind of changed color. It's a little more yellow. Like I said, you can use white vinegar. That would be totally fine. Now I have a little cup here. Instead of just putting the baking soda straight in here, I'm going to measure it out into this cup first, and then I'm going to pour it in. So you need 3 tablespoons of the vinegar. So if you're using the same cup, dry it out. And then I'm going to do 3 tablespoons. 1. That's not a full one. I get a full one. You want to make sure it's a full tablespoon. 2. 3. Okay, I have my 3 tablespoons. And now I'm going to pour this into the water. Now, when the vinegar and baking soda meat, we should get a chemical reaction. And I will know a chemical reaction is occurring because there will be some bubbles. So let's take a look. When I pour it in, you can see it's starting to fizz. It fizzed up just like that. You can see the bubbles. You can hear them. Okay, and now I'm going to put some of my raisins, because I don't have raisins, in, and let's see what happens. You can use about 10. I'm going to put them in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now let's take a minute and watch what happens with these raisins. Some are on the bottom, some are on the top, and you see this one right here is falling. Now let's look over what's going on with the ones on the bottom. Let's take a look for a minute. They're wiggling. Oh, here this one goes up, up, up. It's going up. These ones on the bottom are trying to go up. You can see. And then they drop down. And they're going up and down, up and down. So what's happening is our chemical reaction created all of these bubbles that are in here. And the bubbles are forming underneath the raisins. And once there's enough bubbles under the raisins, they're able to lift the raisins up. And then as the bubbles pop at the surface, the raisins are dropping back down. And the kind of gas that's forming in these bubbles is CO2, which is carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is the air that we breathe out. So carbon dioxide is really good for plants because plants don't like oxygen, they like carbon dioxide. So this chemical reaction has formed the gas that plants like. So what I'd like you to do is try this at home. Once again, you don't need anything this big. You can just do it in a glass. Just use less baking soda, use less vinegar because you don't want to have it spill everywhere. Use your phone or your tablet or your computer to take a video or a picture, and then send Mrs. Kessel an email at kesseld@dearbornschools.org and write a couple sentences letting me know what you observed, what you thought, and what you've learned from this. I can't wait to hear back from you. Bye, guys.